They didn't knock. They didn't wait to be invited in. They kicked the damn door off its hinges and walked through like they owned the place, because in their minds they already did. The ones who rewrite fate don't ask for a moment. They seize it. They don't look for approval. They demand results. They don't whisper their dreams in secret, they scream their intentions in the face of doubt. And when the world tells them to stay in their lane, they pave a new road and burn the old map. You keep hesitating, waiting for someone to hand you the blueprint, the sign, the permission slip. But here's the ugly truth no one wants to admit: no one is coming. No mentor, no savior, no miracle. You are the damn miracle. And every second you sit still, playing small, pretending you're not made of fire and fury, you feed the machine that was built to break you. But you weren't born to break. You were born to bend this world to your will. Not softly, not politely, aggressively. Every scar, every setback, every brutal lesson, it's not a weight. It's a weapon. Fear? That's just the price of entry. Pain? That's the proof you're still swinging. And failure? That's the echo of every shot you dared to take. So many people are terrified of losing, but what they should fear is being forgotten, being harmless, living a life that leaves no imprint, no scar on the battlefield of time. The ones who shape history, they don't flinch. They strike, not with chaos, but with purpose. Not for attention, but for impact. They don't wait for the stars to align, they tear the sky open and drag the light down themselves. Because power doesn't knock politely, power breaks the silence. It disrupts. It dominates. It takes. So the question isn't, are you ready? Because readiness is a lie told to keep you soft. The real question is, are you done being a passenger in your own story? Are you done being the understudy in your own legend? Then stop rehearsing. Step on the stage. Rip the script. Burn the rules. And perform like you've already won. You don't need permission. You need conviction. You don't need a sign. You are the sign. Now move before the ones with fire in their veins and steel in their hearts take what could have been yours. Because that's what they do, the wolves, the outliers, the ones who don't care how it's always been done. They don't just show up, they arrive. And when they do, the ground shifts. The room changes. The air gets heavier. People feel it before they even understand it. That presence, that energy, that silent thunder that says, I am not here to play your game, I'm here to flip the board. They don't wait to be noticed. They become undeniable. You see, the world bows not to wishes, not to hopes, not to those who try to fit in. It bows to pressure. It crumbles under persistence. It obeys the ones who refuse to quit when it gets ugly. When the lights go out, when the applause fades, when it's just pain and grit and the echo of your heartbeat, that's where the real ones are made. The architects of chaos, the artists of war, the ones who keep rising when everything begs them to stay down. So if you're waiting for comfort, you're not ready. If you're waiting for support, you're still asleep. Because the ones who make history, they don't care if you clap. They don't care if you believe. They don't even care if they're alone. They walk through the fire, through the lies, through the locked doors with a grin on their face and destruction in their footsteps. Why? Because they know on the other side of all that resistance is the throne. This isn't about being fearless. It's about being more loyal to your vision than your fear. It's not about being the loudest, it's about being the one they can't ignore. The one who turned silence into strategy, or who used the rejection as rocket fuel, who was told you'll never make it, and instead of folding, they sharpened their teeth. So what are you still doing, standing on the sidelines of your own legacy? Are you going to keep shrinking, keep pretending that your rage is a flaw instead of a gift? Or will you rise with fists clenched, jaw tight, and eyes locked on everything they said you couldn't have and take it anyway? No more stalling, no more second guessing. No more playing nice in a world that feeds on the bold. If you're going to leave a mark, make sure it's a scar they remember. Take what's yours, not softly, not kindly, but with ruthless, undeniable force. Because this world doesn't belong to the polite, the quiet, the ones who ask for space. It belongs to the invaders, the disruptors, the ones who walk into every room like they own it, even if they built their empire from ashes. And make no mistake, ashes are sacred. Ashes mean you burned something down. Ashes mean you survived. So if you've been through hell, good. That means you're carrying the kind of heat most people can't handle. You want to change your life? You want to bend fate until it screams your name? Then stop acting like you need to earn the right to exist. You already paid the price in pain, in silence. In every night you wanted to quit but didn't. In every time you were underestimated, overlooked, or dismissed. That wasn't weakness, that was compression. Pressure turning you into a weapon, into something harder than fear, sharper than failure, more dangerous than doubt. And now it's your move. Not a soft step, not a whispered attempt, but a violent declaration of arrival. You don't walk through life anymore, you storm it. You knock down the doors they told you were locked and dare someone to stop you. You don't wait for the green light. You become the fucking traffic. Red, yellow, green, you go through all of it. Because your mission doesn't wait. And your purpose sure as hell doesn't ask permission. The ones who make it to the top aren't lucky. They're relentless. They're the ones who turned heartbreak into fuel, who turned betrayal into blueprint. They don't crumble when things go wrong, they build new kingdoms out of the rubble. They don't follow the rules, they rewrite them with blood in the ink. Because once you understand that the game was never fair, you stop trying to play fair, you start playing real. So ask yourself again, are you going to keep wishing, keep waiting, keep swallowing the fire in your chest? Or are you going to spit it out and burn your name into history? Take the shot. Shatter the silence. Rip the chains. Because the ones who shape history, they never ask. They take. And when they take, they don't apologize. They don't look back to see who's uncomfortable, who's whispering, who's watching with fear in their eyes. Because that fear, that's respect in disguise. That discomfort, that's power shifting. That's the moment the sheep realize the wolf has entered the field and it's not here to graze, it's here to rule. You've got fire in your gut and storm clouds behind your eyes, and you're still asking if it's okay to rise. Still asking if now is the right time. Let me tell you, the right time is a myth. It's a trap. There is no perfect moment. There is only this moment, this breath, this pulse, and what you do with it decides everything. You either move or you rot. You either strike or you rust. You either become the weapon or you stay the wound. They want you tame, predictable, grateful just to be allowed in the room. But you weren't born for rooms. You were born for thrones. And thrones aren't given, they're seized. Built with bare hands and broken rules. Built with the bones of your doubt and the blood of your excuses. Built not by the one who waited their turn, but by the one who said, "Fuck your line, I'll carve my own path." So go ahead. Let them call you too much, too loud, too intense, too ambitious, too dangerous. Because they only say that when they feel the heat of someone who can't be controlled. Someone who isn't content being normal. Someone who didn't come to fit in, they came to set the standard. You weren't made to be digestible. You were made to disrupt. This is your war cry. This is your ignition. And from this moment on, you don't walk the path they hear you coming. Heavy steps, unforgiving voice, eyes that don't blink, spine made of iron. And when they ask who gave you permission, you laugh. Because the truth is, they should have stopped you when you still needed permission. But now it's too late. Now you've become the storm. Like, comment, and subscribe.